Hi, today I'm gonna show you some different ways to play the same part of a random melody. Yes, I try to show why this is so important, why this is the basis of interpretation. Okay, so let's take as an example this small sequence of notes. Just a sequence of notes. Here I just have the notes played. Now, using only the dynamic, not changing the beat, I try to build four different ideas. First one, I will start soft and do a crescendo. Yeah, a constant crescendo from the beginning to the end. Now I will do the opposite. I will start loud and go to the quiet, to the soft sound. Notice that I try to do it not abruptly. It's important to link one sound to the other, one note to the other, like outlining a drawing. Yeah, that's one important idea, especially for pianists, because we have an instrument of percussion. Yeah, so we are not able to do a crescendo or a crescendo, especially in the same note. We cannot do. Yeah, we need to deal with an instrument that is percussive, yeah, by nature, and bring the illusion that we are singing, yeah, we are connecting the notes, doing crescendos and decrescendos naturally, yeah. As my third example, I will start soft, I will do the crescendo and the decrescendo to the end. I am phrasing the phrase. Yeah, it's really important. It's essential for interpretation. Okay, and now just as an exercise, I will do the opposite. I will start loud. I will start forte. I do the decrescendo to piano and end the phrase forte. Might not make sense isolatedly, but it's just an example of how we need to work on the piece when we are interpreters. Yeah, in a wider part, in a wider stretch of melody, and not only melody, of course, with all the elements of the composition, harmonic elements, melodic elements, or polyphony, everything. We need to control the sound in different layers and etc. So it's just the basic idea of interpretation, yeah. And in a wider part, it needs to make sense, because in music we are always coming from somewhere and going to somewhere, yeah. Nothing is abrupt, nothing is isolated. It needs to make sense in a whole, and it needs to make sense note by note. There is always a direction we are taking, and you need to practice a lot to be able to control this with our fingers note by note and connecting note by note. I'm used to comparing this to acting, yeah? Imagine an actor only reading a line, or worse than that, trying not to stress any syllable in a sentence. I try to speak like this. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to try to do this. It's unnatural, you know. So imagine this. I'm used to comparing this to only play the notes. Yeah. If you only play the notes, it's like only reading the text in the worst way possible. But acting is much more than that, and it's not just imagine some feelings and speak. No, the actor works in details, deeply in everything, and it implies memory, concentration, energy, every day and during the performance. It's the same with performance in music. Yeah. So interpreters need to build a concept, to investigate, to analyze the piece, to try to play a lot, thinking of this, working with the conscious perception, trying to find the elements, and then build a concept and try to manifest with the fingers. There is an intimate relationship between the musician and the instrument. Yeah, we need to practice. We need to get familiar with the each instrument, because pianists, especially, we play in different instruments every time, in different place, different acoustics, different days, different feelings, different emotions, different psychological states. So we need first to be familiar with each instrument, to be able to convey our concept, what we studied in our own instrument. And then we need to focus during the performance to do our best to convey note by note what we intend to say. Expressivity in art is made with work and consciousness.